Hello, everyone, and welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, and this is my weekly Moonday Oracle reading, and it is going to be a reading for the week of August 14th, 2023. Now, I've been having some technical stuff going on here, so I want to make sure that all is well. I had to actually completely switch devices, so just let me know if you are tuning in and you can hear this okay, as now I am unable to actually have a microphone plugged in because I'm using my phone instead of the iPad. So yeah, just let me know if you can hear me okay. Also, again, the way that these readings work is these are not individual readings and card pulls that I'm doing for people here today. While I do offer personal readings that you can book with me just by contacting me, send me a private message, this reading is more of a generalized overview for all of us as a collective to really give us that insight and heads up into what the energetic theme is, or really giving us the best way to work with this energy and to move in divine flow versus having no awareness and kind of struggling with it. So that is what this reading offers. And before I go into the reading, though, I usually do some news and announcements, which I do want to take the opportunity to do. So I'll go ahead and do that in a moment. I just want to make sure, again, that the sound is okay. So if you are tuning in, just let me know all is well. I see all kinds of buttons that I'm not used to down here, so I'm not going to touch or mess with anything right now because I'm afraid to mess it all up again. And I don't see any comments. Oh, there they go. Okay. I was like, please tell me it's not. There's nothing else wrong here. Hello, Eleanor. Welcome, gorgeous. And thank you for being here with me. Glad that all is well. The sound is okay. I'm not too far away from the microphone then. It's always an experience. Always. All right, so while we're waiting for others to connect and see that I am live, just gonna go ahead and talk quickly about a new offer that I have. Thank you, Eleanor, I appreciate that. So I'm offering a new course that it's really a journey, if you will, and it is for men and women, and it is all an online, kind of like a go at your own pace while being guided with me throughout the next 9 months. So Venus over the weekend just completed a star point on her orbit. Now, Venus creates an orbit in the sky that looks like a 5-petaled rose or a 5-pointed star. And that takes about 8 years to complete, but it's 8 years of 5 cycles. Each cycle or flower petal is a very powerful opportunity for us to step deeper into love, the love of self, and through the love of self and healing any potential woundings, patternings, old programs, karma that we are carrying. It really does allow us to step deeper into, again, coming into the love that we are through this very ancient synodic journey. So through Venus's gateways, we call them the rose gates or even the chakra gates, as each month on her journey it's a 19-month journey that takes to complete a full petal. So this is going to be broken down into half. So this one is a 9-month journey. So we start with the first 9 months, and that is actually her rising as the morning star. This past weekend, she completed the evening star cycle on her journey. And so with that said, she completed an entire 19-month cycle. Now she's being reborn as the morning star, and that will begin an entirely new star petal in her 8-year cycle. Many ancient cultures followed Venus because she represented the sacred feminine. And now that has nothing to do with women per se, although women very much embody outwardly more of their sacred feminine than men do. But we all have feminine and masculine within us, and something that has been repressed in the world is that feminine energy. And what that means is to be able to connect more with ourselves, with our emotions, with our feelings, with the innate patterns, with our karmic cycles, with our instincts, with our intuition, to be able to step deeper and cultivate more love within ourselves and to anchor more love here on the planet. So as we work with Venus's energy, she aligns every single month with the moon. It opens up this doorway or gateway that we call, that connects us with the 8 chakras of, now there's usually 7, but we have been gifted and blessed these past year or so with an 8th gateway, and we will have another 8th gateway in this journey of 9 months as well, where we work through the chakra system with each conjunction of the moon. And as we do, each gateway or chakra that we work with provides us the deeper opportunity to heal any innate patterns, wounding, trauma, anything that's keeping us from fully embodying the love that we are. It has been a profound journey for me. I've been actually working with Venus's cycle since 2020. I just did a beta test with the evening star phase the last 8 or 9 months with a group of women who I have been blessed to know throughout my life, I have been blessed to work with through quite a few different journeys and cycles. And this has been quite amazing. And it just further pushed me to really work with this energy and bring it forward for others to be able to work with this, not just women, but men. This is a journey of those who feel called as mystics, as healers, as priestesses, as priests, as mages, as just the tantric lovers, just anybody who is here to bring more wisdom to the planet through their own innate healing. Now, we cannot do anything for anyone else that we have not done for ourselves. And how we anchor more love on the planet is not here changing others, but it is here being the way showers through our own embodying and healing of any wounding, of any old programs or patterns that, again, are all keeping us in a distorted way of being or living our lives, to be able to see and fully embody that in which, again, we really all are and we always have been. So through that healing ourselves, we open up to even greater love, which anchors it here, which then changes the entire trajectory of your life path as well, because it pushes you into alignment with your divine plan, because you are more open in your heart space. Because of that healing, it does open you up and awaken you to more of the love that, and the path and the passion and the calling of your soul. And in doing so, you're embodying that. It's putting you into alignment with experiences, with connections that are even aligned with greater love and greater loving experiences as well. So it's very powerful. Again, it's going to be a 9-month journey through the Venus morning star cycle. We will also walk the ancient pathway that the ancient Sumerians referred to goddess Venus as Inanna. Venus has been known by many names. She has been known as Isis in Egypt. She's been known as Sekhmet in Egypt. She's been known as Aphrodite. She's also been known as Ishtar in Babylon. And so we're going to work with these energies, and we are going to connect every month with different activities that you can do on your own, that I'll give you rituals. I will give you crystal grids to work with as we begin to template ourselves, our energy field, and our bodies to Venus's cycles. And we start to embrace the profound healing that each gateway offers us, starting with the crown chakra. We will be working down through the chakras all the way into the Earth Star on a journey of descent, moving through and surrendering something or some things with every single gateway that's going to allow us to detach and surrender into deeper, profound healing and love through these initiations, moving and journeying down into the underworld, as did the ancient mythos go of Inanna and Sumerian mythos. So we will be working with that energy. You'll be getting every single gateway will also have a pre-recorded ceremony with me where I will bring in light activations. It will be a visual shamanic journey that you will be able to take on this pathway to kind of further seal the work you've been doing all month long with that gateway. And so it's jam-packed full of information, full of activities, all that are going to get you into sacred ceremony and practice with yourself, sacred ritual with yourself, holding yourself in deeper love and taking deeper accountability for your healing journey. So if you are interested in knowing more about this and seeing this information broken down even further into what I'm trying to share with you now, that is available on my website. I've also made a post. It should be there on my page here on Magical Me. I've also created an event which will take you to the actual page on my website. Again, www.magicalme.com. I believe it's /Venus Gates, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you can check that out. The details are there. This journey is going to launch I believe it's September 6th is when I'm launching it, if I'm not mistaken. But the first actual gateway will open up on September 10th, which will be the first actual beginning of the ceremony. You'll get so much more information on top of that, as we are also working with a new Venus goddess archetype this cycle. We get one every single time we start a new star point or a new rose petal, which this time around is the Leo Meta goddess. You're going to get all kinds of information on what that means, how that will particularly color our experiences through this journey, what the morning star means. Not only that, but you get personalized information into your own Venus zodiac and how that relates to how you love and what your love language is, what that means for you here. Also, whether or not you yourself were born as a Venus morning star or a Venus evening star and what that means for you. So it's so much information. Again, it is a 9-month journey where we work together. There is an early bird special currently going on only until September 1st for $244 for the entire 9-month journey. If you if you cannot sign up before that and you sign up after the 1st, you still can do so. I actually will keep it open all the way until probably until after the first gate even closes, which will be closer to October, but the price will actually go up. It will be $300 at that point. So get in while you can. Also, if you really want to experience this journey and you might be just not in a financial position at this moment, you can still do so by messaging me, and I am always open to working with everyone, because ever since I began my own spiritual journey, I've always had this belief that it's not about, healing and working with this magic. It should not be about whether or not you can afford to do so. Everybody should have this opportunity to heal. So with that said, it is called the Journey of Venus, or the Venus Journey as the Morning Star. It's available on my event page. If you're interested, again, just let me know if you need anything further than that. I think I covered all of it. That is all that I'm going to offer or go over, at least at this time, so we can get us moving along. And so I'm definitely, hi Dawn, Rosemary, welcome sweetheart. I know I am late today, but just getting into the actual oracle message. So divine timing, as always. For those of you watching this live, welcome. Thank you for being here. Anybody else watching on replay, these messages will always resonate with you exactly when you find them. So it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter months from now. When you are here, it is in exact divine alignment with when these messages are going to resonate the most with you. All right. So with that said, I'm going to be pulling an oracle card for all of us and then using my own intuitive abilities to discern that information as we ask for guidance and insight into the energy of the week for our highest good. Just really what we all need to know about this and moving through this. Right now with that Venus star point happening and the Venus conjunction with the sun, it's a very powerful couple of days. So it's usually about 1 or 2 days when that happens. She's still not fully visible in the morning sky, but within a few days, maybe after the 17th, she will be there again. She'll be fully risen as her morning star, queen of heaven on earth. But with that said, this is a great time for new cycles to start, new beginnings, new chapters of your life. So I'm super excited to see what's going to come forward for us all this week. So with that said, let's go ahead and bring it into sacred space. All right. So What that means is we're just going to bring our energy into kind of really into our bodies and just grounding, as throughout the day we could all be just really pulled in many different directions, consciously, energetically, just bringing your energy back into your body and then kind of really centering yourself in the here and now. Because we are sharing energy across space and time right now, it's a great time for us all to kind of do it together, where we just hone in and then ask to receive the best possible wisdom that we need at this time, okay? So what I'm going to do is have you all just take a nice breath, or a nice cleansing breath, in through your nose and close your eyes. If you can, you don't have to, but just detach from anything going on around you at this time. So nice deep breath in. And release the breath through your mouth. Feeling yourself just start to relax. Grounding your body into the floor or the earth beneath you. Just allowing yourself to just detach. Again, deep breath in. And relax as you release the breath, softening your body, letting go of anywhere you're holding tension in your jaw, in your back, in your stomach, in your shoulders. Just relax. And again, deep breath in. And now just let your mind drop down into your heart, connecting with your feeling space. Feeling yourself just here and now. No worries, no doubts, just this moment, and all is well. Because all is always well. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right, everybody. So I hope that feels much, much better. You feel much more in your body. Hello, beautiful Julie. Welcome, Goddess. And thank you so much for being here. I'm just starting this. Went over the announcements of the Venus journey, although you are aware of that. Yeah, so it's been an interesting start to the Moonday today. All right, so I am working with the L-Key Oracle today. And this is by Melanie Dellin and Arwen Lynch Poe. All right, so just asking for guidance and insight, asking to be shielded and protected as we receive this divine communion and communication today for the highest and greatest good of the collective for the week of August 14th, 2023. We almost need to know for the energy this week. Whoop. All right, so we had a couple that flipped out, so I'm just kind of going to look. Ooh. All right, so there is definitely huge energy surrounding relationships this week, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but that also really does make a whole lot of sense to me, considering the Venusian alignment that's happening that I just talked about, as planet Venus rules over not only divine love and higher love, but it also rules over relationships with others, relationships with the self. And again, we just talked about how Venus is closing out one cycle and opening up to begin a new one. Hello, beautiful Laura. Thank you for being here with me live. So happy you could make it. So she's closing out one cycle, which is also going to, at the same time, she's in retrograde too, in the sign of Leo, which is all heart-centered. Venus rules also the heart. So love, romance, finances, relationships, connections, friendships, emotions, beauty, self-image, self-worth, value, all of those are going to come up to the surface, but we're opening up the door to a brand new cycle where, with Leo energy, and Leo as the new Venus goddess that's being born in Morning Star, and this is all the stuff that I go over in that Venusian course I was talking about, guys, but in this energy, this is where we really want to surrender to love, to be open and more vulnerable. But in order to do so, we have to let go of the past woundings. We have to let go of the past defenses and all the guarding. But at the same time, it's a very difficult balance, because at the same, we want to be in our boundary zone too. Not guarded boundaries, but boundaries in the sense that we know who we are. We've learned so much about ourselves over the last 19 months, we'll say, because that's the last Venus cycle. So it's really kind of opening us up to a brand new day. But in this brand new energy, We've got to make a peace with that within ourselves and with those past cycles and what we have learned, and then look at what we're carrying with us to go forward when it comes to relationships. So the first card that came forward as to why I'm saying all of this is because it was she who resists, and it says fearless, justified, resistant. To me, so this is a pretty powerful image because she's holding a bloody dagger in her hand, but at the same time, she's got butterfly on her shoulder, on the back. So what I'm getting from this immediately is like that whole chip on the shoulder. She who resists makes me feel like it's like once bitten, twice shy. I'm holding, it says fearless, resistant, and justified makes me feel like sometimes we get into those spaces where we've got those chips on our shoulders because of past wounding and pain. And this is where the Venus healing cycle is such a beautiful one to go into, because it really does teach you how we are really responsible for everything that we experience, but how we can, even though we can't control others, we can control how we are responding and allowing it to imprint us, and how we allow it to carry and create and attract cycles coming forward. So it's that whole wounding chip on the shoulder. We're being asked to take that chip and to really bring it closer to ourselves, to hug it deeper into our hearts, and look at it in a way that's the pain, the anger, the frustration you might be feeling with circumstances. Yeah, we want to say like, but I am justified. Are you justified in feeling what you feel? Absolutely. But are you justified in staying there? Are you justified in allowing it to be what dictates your circumstances going forward? Because that is exactly what your energy imprint is going to do. It can only attract back to it what it holds to itself, what you hold close, what you feel, what you believe, what you fear. So when it comes to stepping deeper into greater love, that is where we have to get a little bit vulnerable. Fearlessness doesn't always mean to be savage, to be vicious, to be guarded. Fearlessness is also knowing that you have been burned and you have been burned, and you have been hurt, but you're going to still pull that dagger out of your heart. And you're going to allow yourself to transform through that pain versus be crippled or angered and hardened by it. You're going to then use it as your fuel to opening up even higher. To become fearless is to be hurt and loved, but still opening up to be vulnerable and soft and stepping even deeper into love. That, my friends, is how you step even deeper into yourself. Hi, Carmela. Welcome, gorgeous. Thanks for being here. So that is where it is, even with the Venus journey, and anybody who is familiar with the shamanic mythos of Inanna. She goes down into the underworld, which is what we will be doing. We go journey through those gates where we have to take off some of our armor. We're de-armoring everyone. And you might say, oh no, that is not anywhere I want to go, because I have been hurt, I have been wounded, and I am justified and vindicated in this experience that I had. I have a right to be angry. I have a right. You do. Absolutely. That's what I love about the feminine healing, is also we have the dark goddess, which says feel your pain, own it, integrate it, because you don't want it to be what rules you. You want to rule it, men and women alike. And an only way to do that is to go down into it, to experience it, to feel it, to allow it to be there, to understand it, so then we can move beyond it and transcend it, and we transform everything around us in that way. And then we truly claim our power by journeying into the underworld of the self, because nothing has power over us anymore. We are powerful, and that is real love, right? It's got a love of self. So are you justified in your anger, in your pain, in your once bitten, twice shy, or your defensiveness? Yes, you are. But true fearlessness does not come from holding the dagger up and showing anybody I'm not afraid to cut you back. By all means, have your boundaries, but true fearlessness comes from throwing that dagger down, holding out your heart wide open, and saying, yeah, I've done it. I've gone there. I've been wounded, but you know what? I'm here and I am not going to let anything stop me from experience real love, true love in the self. And that is also going to shift you and move you into deeper alignment with your soul's path and your soul's journey. Because when we're not wounded and in those broken states, we are able and open to truly receive then the vision clearly through our hearts that transforms into our awareness as to what we really want to be doing or who we really even are here. So it is an entire domino effect, everyone. So the card that came along with that I said was She Who Surrenders. Boom. What did I say about the journey of Inanna and Venus that we will be working with this morning star cycle is to surrender, to de-armor something at each gateway that has kept us conditioned or shielded from fully experiencing what we need to experience here. And it says chains, bondage, release. And in this card, it's hard to see it because I don't know how well you all can see, but she's holding a letter to her chest. And it's like she's kind of making her peace with what has kept her in bondage, what has kept her in those states of agony or, that old karmic cycle where she's just like, it's like, I'm going to write you a letter. I'm going to write myself a letter, and I am going to take this letter and I am going to let it all out and let it all go, which is a beautiful activity to work with this week if you are going through something. Whether you ever give it to a person or it has anything to do with another person, maybe it's just to yourself. Write it and get it out because this is where you're going to channel it. And once you channel it out of yourself, you are now making space and free to open up to the real work that needs to be done, to receiving more of what you're ready for. All right. The final card that came flying out with all of them was She Who Loved Once. And look, you can't make this up. This is 3 cards in a deck that is not a romantic deck. And it said She Who Loved Once. Blue, fragile, secret love, and rejection. So anybody who's experienced some sort of pain romantically, whether, or even just feeling that whole rejection, abandonment, wounding that comes from inner childhood or past life experiences and gets carried into which patterns are relationships. You've experienced in a relationship, it's because that relationship was the activation key to your healing. So you experienced it through that as an unaware. Now you are aware. You can go back in and finally break the chains to those past experiences, put them to bed, and allow yourself to open up to deeper love, to be vulnerable, to surrender the armor. So if you feel like this is something that you struggle with and you really feel at a loss, because it's one thing to say, let something go. I know that just as well as anybody else knows that. I've gone through this journey and I'm here where I am offering this journey because I've been there. I've done it. I'm still doing it. And now I'm ready to help others do the very same thing as I continue to walk through it. So if this is something you feel like you could use some assistance with, that is what my Venus journey is all about. So if you are open to taking a chance, to surrendering to more love, that journey is available to all of you. Again, I'm always willing to work with everybody, so don't make it about finances. I'm always here for working with everyone. So just reach out to me. We'll get her done. All right. So with that said, it's time for us to let go of those rejection wounds, the fear of being rejected, the fear of abandonment, the fear of where we once loved and gave our heart and it was broken into pieces, where it was rejected, where it was just completely taken advantage of. It is time for us to let it all go and open up to more love, because that is what Venus and Leo wants. We are in Venus retrograde until September 3rd, and that is the perfect time because at the same time, the morning star journey begins. So as we are in this retro period, it's a beautiful time to reflect on all of that and which is coming up now to help us move ourselves into that readiness and that awareness to do the necessary work, because it's not about others and what they've done to us and what they'll continue to do to us. It is about us. We are the only thing that we have control over and what we give power to. So you, my wonderful gods and goddesses are so much more powerful than even you know. And that is what Venus wants you to remember about yourself. Okay? All right, beautiful ones. That is our reading for the week. So whatever comes up, and it again, friends, family, lovers, whatever it might be, could just be experiences, you know, your own issues with self. Whatever's coming up, those relationships, the wounding is what is key to working through and letting go, leaving behind. Write your letters, whether it's to yourself or someone else, whether you never give it to them and just burn it, whether you burn your own letter. Let it all out, get it out. And what another thing is I love to tell everybody is to take that energy, and if you don't want to write it into a letter, channel it into creation. Channel it into something creative, like dancing, singing, artistic, you know, endeavors, whatever that might be, because I can guarantee you it's going to be some of your most profound work you've ever done. All right, beautiful souls, have a blessed and magical week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next Magical Moon Day. Be well.